And we have to all understand that God created us exactly the way that we are for a special purpose. And we need to figure that out as human beings. All right, Empowered family, it is finally here. The 2022 Empowered Volleyball Academy club season. And like every year, you know, Empowered is always trying to get better. We're always trying to improve. We're always hiring new staff. Most of you guys know we're already doing some improvements at the facility, a new awning, more parking, more asphalt. We're always trying to grow and develop. And as you know, every year we've added more teams and continue to just expand out. Now we have a couple different locations. We're just extremely excited to talk about this year and really just talk about what the difference is between Empowered and other clubs and why you should choose us when it comes down to choosing which club you're going to play this year. And so, like we said, each year we're always trying to get better. And so we're going to just kind of go through just 5 bullet points that we've kind of looked at and kind of narrowed down all the different amenities that we have and kind of all the advantages that we have, and kind of want to talk about 5. You know, talk about our family culture, talk about our amazing facility and the state-of-the-art home that we have, talk about the world-class coaching staff that we have, you know, talk about our holistic approach, you know, what's really starting to become known across, you know, the country, you know, with our holistic approach and kind of the Christian foundation that we have, and how we really get into the character building and leadership development and mental conditioning. And now you're starting to see more of that across our area and even across the country. And so that holistic approach also then leads to the final piece, and for a lot of you guys, the ultimate goal of, you know, playing at the next level, you know, and the college recruiting and that college component, and how we prepare our athletes for college, and not just get them to college and help them in, you know, with the video and the recruiting and having every college coach in the country in our database and with our platform and our relationships, and be able to get them to college, but not just get there, but also prepare them so when they get there, they can step in and be starters and they can battle right away for a position in a significant role. And as you'll hear from some of our former athletes that are already doing that, and they're stepping in their freshman year, not only to be starters, to be some of the best players on the court and on their teams, and getting all kind of accolades and all conference and, you know, and players of the year and freshman of the week, just some great accolades from our players who are already there.
Starting with club, I had a lot of really good coaches, obviously, like they all played at the school I go to right now, actually. But they also, all the coaches that I had pushed me really hard to get me to the point where I was to be successful.
My coach pulled me aside and was just like, Lily, I think you're the only one who can do it at this point. I think I'm going to need you to step up and play libero. And at first I was a little taken aback by that, because even, you know, I've always loved hitting. I've always wanted to work on hitting. You used to tell me I needed to start working on passing more if I ever wanted to play at the next level. And now here I am in this position where I'm the best passer on the team, and he's asking me to take on this role where I'm just the core of the defense.
You got to love our alumni. So with those 5 bullet points, that first one I want to expound on a little bit is that family culture. You know, with Empowered, you know, a lot of people talk about, you know, hashtag family. At Empowered, it truly is our family. Not only do we try to provide the family culture with our staff and our coaches, but we also are family here. As most of you guys know, my wife and I are the owners here at Empowered. I've got the Sutton family who's also partnered with me. You know, I've got my mom works here, Ashlee's mom. You see our daughter now, our puppy at the club. You know, we've got multiple extended families and sisters and brother-in-law that all coach here, and we truly try to treat this like our home and try to treat everyone here like they're our extended family. And kids can feel that when they walk in our gym, when they walk into our facility and they're greeted by our staff, they can feel that they're at home, and they know everybody here truly cares about them and wants the best for them. And this is a safe place that they can really feel at home and comfortable and at peace here. You know, most know we've got the mezzanine that overlooks the turf area and the hard courts. You know, we've got TVs, we've got, you know, air hockey, foosball, ping pong, couches. You know, we have everything, even a fireplace up there that you can sit up there, you can hang out with your friends like a community center. and be able to catch up in a nice, safe environment where your parents know that you're safe at, and they can, pick you up after practice, or if you drop you off early before practice, they know that you're in a nice, safe environment where everyone's going to treat you like family, and everyone's going to make sure you're okay. And if you need anything, homework, help, if you just want to get on the court, get some reps, you have full access to our facility, being a part of our Empowered family, and have a membership to the full facility and have access to all the equipment and the courts. And that leads to kind of the second bullet point. If you've never been to our facility, check it out online. There's plenty of pictures and plenty of videos. You'll even see in this video some of the amenities where we've got 4 hard courts. We can do 8 for tournaments. We've got 4 turf fields, 2 batting cages, 5 beach courts, a couple different bars for your parents, the Parkview Sports Medicine with their beautiful sports performance and 13,000 square feet and 2 separate weight rooms and turf area for speed and agility, and then their physical therapy clinic downstairs. We really just have a state-of-the-art home that really will provide every given amenity that you would need with a volleyball facility, and anything that you would need to be successful. You don't have to go somewhere else for nutritional help. You don't have to go somewhere else for sports performance, for increasing your vertical. You don't have to go somewhere else to be able to do private lessons, or to get some court time, or to go and play a little beach volleyball. You can come right here to Empowered and get everything a part of your package, and get everything right here in your own home, and be able to have a 90,000 square foot facility to call your own, that you can come in on your off days whenever the courts are available and jump on court and be able to get some reps, and be able to have mom and dad serve you some balls, toss you some balls, chip you some balls, and you can get some extra reps. This is your home to be able to use whenever you want. And not to mention, if you want, training and programming and lessons, we have one of the top staffs that I'll talk about later that, we do lessons. We probably do about 50 lessons a week on a regular week. And we've got small groups and camps and clinics and college coaches coming in right here to our facility, that you never have to go anywhere else. You can start here with this facility at 5 years old, and you can graduate from here, go on and play in college, and even come back and actually work like a lot of our college girls do while they're at college and they're home for the summer, or just even after college, coming back to our community to work and start a career. You can start a job here, whether you're coaching or the desk or bartending or whatever the different opportunities with events and event coordinating that we have. We've got opportunities to even work here. And so with Empowered, you not only get this family culture, you also get this facility that not only, is one of the most beautiful and state-of-the-art volleyball facilities here in our country, but also you have that home once you step through the doors, that you will always feel at peace and feel welcomed, and be around like-minded, driven people who always are striving for excellence and who are always looking to reach their full potential, and be able to step in here and be inspired every day you come through our doors by, just an amazing family culture. And then leading into our next bullet point, just our coaching staff and the high-level coaches that we have.
Yeah, well, ever since I've stepped foot in this gym, it was like everyone was super welcoming, and the coaches are amazing and just always willing to be there to help you and just make you the best player you can be.
Absolutely. Now, this is a bonus question, but do you have a favorite coach that you've had here at Empowered? You mentioned that they're awesome.
Yeah, I had Yvonne my 16th year, and I've loved him. He's always been there, like making sure I know that he's always there to help me, even if I'm on his team or not.
I think the fact that I was a player helps me relate to them in all aspects, because of the fact that I was not necessarily a stud right away in college, and I was able to work my way up. So I know the fact that a lot of players struggle to adjust, and I can see that, and I can identify it, and I can relate with them and let them know that it's okay, and nobody is perfect, and in order to become the best, it takes a long process. and if you are passionate about it, it is achievable.
And with our coaches, you'll see, side by side, you can compare our coaching staff to any coaching staff, not only in our area, in Fort Wayne and Midwest, the country. You'll see, not only do we have some of the top coaches, but we have one of the deepest coaching rosters. And so you have a lot of clubs that really go and try to get a good coach for their #1 teams. But with Empowered, you're gonna get a great coach with great experience and knowledge from not just the top team, but all the way down to our 5th team. And even in our training academy, the non-travel teams, they're even getting college level coaches, and professional level, experienced coaches doing the training academy. And so with our master coach led training, every day of practice, doesn't matter what team your daughter's on, she's going to be being impacted by a high level coach that has college, professional, even some national team experience, and going to be pouring into your kids, teaching you the skills that they played at the highest level, and really making sure that you not only reach your full potential, but you reach it the fastest. A lot of clubs can talk about they have great coaches, and everyone should believe in their coaches. But at Empowered, you can check the resumes and their bios, and you can see they not only have great resumes and great coaching and playing experience, but we also have great role models and great coaches who are not only going to focus on trying to be the most successful on court, along with the ability to be able to manage, teams and emotions and the game, and really be able to teach the game well and to be great teachers, as well as understanding the game and having the experience of playing to be the best coach. We know majority have both, and that's with our coaches. We have some of the top with playing experience, but also those who have great coaching experience. And then with our system and our model, we're constantly developing and teaching and growing great future coaches and helping them along their maturation process and becoming a great coach by teaching them the foundation that we have here at Empowered. And so with Empowered, you're not just going to get some of the best coaches, but at every team, you're going to see a deep roster with deep coaches and great coaches all the way down. And every day, you're going to be getting master coach-led training and be able to have the experience and knowledge of these professionals and college players and coaches pouring into your kid every single day at practice. And that is priceless. That, when someone has that type of experience, what they can do with your athlete in such a short amount of time, and the foundational principles they can give your athlete will help them to be successful early on, but for years to come.
They prepared me in a lot of different ways. Having practiced 4 days a week compared to 3 days, like a lot of other clubs, was a lot of help too, and like getting out on the beach, getting a lot of ball control, and upstairs working with Parkview Sports Medicine was really helpful too, because I've lifted a lot all the time during the week, and the recruiting was also a big deal. Like they had recruiting coordinators that really helped us. It was just a great experience and really helped with my recruiting journey.
And you touched on this obviously with the family atmosphere. Is there anything else that you feel like kind of sets Empowered apart from other clubs you could have chosen to play at?
Well, the training here is also just great. I can't think of another club that has the resources we have that uses them like we do. It's just awesome. I couldn't have gotten where I am today without this club.
Another great bullet point that we really are passionate about is just our holistic approach. And a lot of people that have been through the Empowered system and model know that we really adhere to the 3-dimensional model. And I think that they've really framed it up the best out of all the coaching systems and models out there. And they really just break it down through the 3 dimensions of the physical, the mental, and then the spiritual, or the heart is that 3rd dimension. And so with Empowered, not only are you going to get a great facility and a family culture and some of the top coaches, but you're also going to get this 3-dimensional approach where we're really, what sets us apart from most clubs is we're transformational. Most people just care about the transaction. They train a kid and they want to win. They're just trying to make the kid the best so they can win a game and win a tournament. When in the end, we know to have long-term success and to help these kids be successful, not just in volleyball, but in life and in everything else that they do, we actually have to go a step further from transactional to transformational. And so with our holistic approach and with our coaching staff, we really have adapted the three-dimensional model, and we're making sure that we're transforming these young athletes in every area of their life, physically on the court and in the weight room and with the nutritionist, but then mentally we're working to build their confidence, their value, their sense of self-worth. We're helping them to understand their identity and their identity in Christ, and that they have all these gifts and talents, and that they have a destiny far greater than just volleyball. And so with us helping them to understand their identity and their value and their worth, then it's not such an emotional roller coaster, and our athletes start to have more stability emotionally. And then we get to the final piece of the heart, where we want to make sure that these athletes are young women of character and of integrity and that are honorable. And so we also want to make sure that we really minister to their heart, and we make sure that they understand who they are in Christ, and that they're fearfully and wonderfully made, and that they have a great destiny and a purpose in life that God has called them to. And there's a certain way, and there's a foundational principles to live by that God's laid out in His Word, that if you adhere to these, you can be successful in life. And so that's where we really try to attack that third dimension through a lot of our character building and even some of our leadership development and mental conditioning, and really rounding out our holistic approach. So not only is it the best coaches, the best facility, the best sports performance partners, with the facility, we've also got chiropractic sports medicine, Dr. Sherman, one of the best chiropractors in the area, the best when it comes to volleyball athletes, as he was a former D1 libero himself and knows all the injuries that volleyball players have and the movement patterns, and can correctly diagnose them and be able to help with recovery and strengthening the different areas. But we also have the Body Works that has massage specialists that also is headed up by a former high school coach and knows volleyball players and knows athletes. So not only the best coaches and the best training on court, but you get the best physical treatment off the court as well, with Parkview Sports Medicine and their athletic rehab and their athletic trainers and nutritionists on top of Dr. Sherman, and then even the Body Works and massage therapy. So the physical we've got taken care of and under control. And then with all of our different mental conditioning and leadership training, and just really going and teaching life lessons through the game and building relationships with our athletes and being role models and examples for our kids, we're really able to attack the mental side and help them to be able to face adversity and then learn how to overcome, to face tragedies and be able to bounce back and overcome injuries and be able to bounce back. And so, we really try to also attack that second dimension, and then that third dimension, is our passion and is our foundation, is really attacking the spiritual and making sure that we help these young athletes to become godly, women of character and integrity, and that can go off and be productive citizens in this world and go and make this world a better place. And so, that is the holistic approach in a nutshell. It's one of the things that now has slowly, kind of trickled out to some of the other area clubs, and I'm glad to see the positive changes that everyone's making, and now you're starting to see more of a holistic approach, not just across the Midwest, but across the country. But as you guys know, this is something we've been doing for several years, and it's been our passion and what we've tried to do for the last 20 years. And so, the final piece and the final component after the holistic is where we get into the college component and the college recruiting. And you'll get to hear from our athletes all the different experiences they had at Empowered and how we help them be able to navigate, the journey and navigate the actual recruiting process to be able to find the right fit and the right home. Not just to get them a college scholarship and get them an opportunity, but to find the right home that they can start at and finish at in 4 to 5 years from now.
And I definitely chose Empowered because I did want to play at the next level. They have everything I needed to be able to be recruited and really play at that next level. The coaches are so helpful, not only on the court, but in the recruiting process as well. I think it's just all around the best for me. I really like that Empowered focuses on the whole package rather than just playing in championship games. They also care about your connection with God, and they care about leadership skills. And they just really want you to be prepared for when you leave here that you're a well-rounded person rather than just a player.
So as you've heard from some of those college athletes or those preparing to go off to college from our seniors, you see at Empowered, we take that final component very serious in helping our athletes reach the next level. And in the end, whatever your athlete's dreams and aspirations are, if it's just to make the high school team, if it's to be a varsity starter, if it's to go on and play at the highest level and you want to play for the Olympics, whatever your dreams and aspirations are, at Empowered, that's our mission. That's our calling. That's why we do what we do. That's why we've invested our whole life savings and our lives into volleyball, into sports, into ministry. It's to help you get to the next level and you fulfill your dreams of playing at that next level. And that's why we prided ourselves in building the top recruiting program in the area. And now the facts have bear witness to that program, as we now, our first 7 years, have had 100% of our athletes go on and play in college. And not only 100% of those kids, but then this year, icing on the cake, we had the biggest recruiting class in Fort Wayne history, with 20 athletes, 20 empowered athletes going on to play at the next level, that have been through our system, that have worked the system, worked the recruiting process, have learned the foundational principles that our holistic approach really tries to embed in these young athletes. And now we have the biggest recruiting class in Fort Wayne history, double what any club in this area did this year. And so we had 20 athletes. So when you're really coming down to making your final decision, if your goal is to play in college, there is no other choice. Go where the facts bear witness that these kids get to college. Go there, these kids not only get to college, but they get prepared to step into college and be able to fight for a starting position their freshman year. They can come in and make a difference their freshman year because of the training and just the complete program that's offered. And in the end, when you compare apples to apples and everything across the landscape, I believe you'll see, if you focus on the facts and you choose wisely, Empowered is the only true option if you want to reach your full God-given potential and you want to get to the highest levels and you want to achieve the greatness that you know is inside of you. And if you want to be surrounded by like-minded individuals who are in constant pursuit of excellence and have that family feel and that family culture in a world-class facility where you'll never have to go anywhere else, then Empowered is your choice. I'll see you at Tryouts on July 21st. And if you can't make it on July 21st, send an email to Ashlee@empoweredsportsclub.com and we'll let you know about some of the early tryouts that we're going to have to do to get some of the athletes in who are on vacation or other prior obligations. We'll get you guys in, we'll get you evaluated, and we can help you guys get one step closer to fulfilling your volleyball and life dreams. At Empowered, where we empower the mind, body, and soul of champions. And don't forget, on Friday, July 9th, we are going to have a coach's social, a meet the director night. Instead of having the info meetings and trying to get everybody to come out, we're just going to do a little social. So watch the video, check out the website at empoweredvolleyball.com. Check out all the 2022 info. If you have any questions, send an email to Ashlee@empoweredsportsclub.com or Will@empoweredsportsclub.com. We'll get you the information you need. You don't have to sit in a boring meeting. You can just watch the video, check out the website, shoot us a quick message. And then if you have any questions, come out. We'll do the social from 6 to 8 o'clock on Friday, July 9th. You can come out, meet some of our coaches, meet some of our directors. You can ask any questions that you have. If you just want to come out and participate in just a little social gathering, have an adult beverage, you know, and meet some of our staff, build some relationships, come on out 6 to 8 o'clock on July 9th. Hope to see you there.